Everybody, welcome back. Comic review time, where basically I kind of run through some stories that I really like and show you kind of some pages I really like and just geek out about these comics. As you guys know, I'm new to the comic obsession, so I'm a noob. You can educate me. I'm learning as I go. I'm loving things. I finally got turned on to some DC, though, because I needed to get in somewhere, and where better to get in than with Batman. Going on the Rebirth, yeah. So before we dig into this, I'm going to do the first 6 issues just because I'm trying to catch up and I don't want to do a review for every issue yet until it's like I'm on the subscription list and doing it weekly. But so I'm going to do the first 6 because that's the I Am Gotham arc, and that's what I finished today, and it's really, really cool. So first I want to tell you that this is actually what I bought, and actually what I read is #1 was a director's cut. I was not familiar with director's cuts. I didn't know what it was, so I was actually a little shocked when I opened up, and I'm like, wait, there's no color, and it's all sketches, and what's going on? And then at the back, there's a script. Well, at first, I was a little taken aback, but now I really love it, because I am curious about how making comics works, so that's a great way for me to start learning. So now I know what a director's cut is when I find them. But luckily, I went out and I found issue #1, and it's not in the greatest shape, but you know what? At least this way I have it as a completist for color and everything. So this is pretty cool. Since it's Rebirth, and it's my first time into the DC Rebirth, I thought everything was like just completely restarting. I was wrong, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. This is a really good jumping in point. This first issue is thrilling too. But before we get into it, I guess I should do this as suggested and makes perfect sense. This series is written by Tom King. The pencils are David Finch. Matt Banning did the inks. Jordi Belair did the colors, and John Workman did the lettering. So there you go. So also this will help me learn these names if I actually read them to you. So, but this is great because we start off on a plane. And then we jump over, to Jim and Gordon talking to Batman, and then the plane gets hit with a missile in the background. Of course, Batman dives off the building, does that whole thing. And it's pretty cool, because basically, he's talking to this new guy, Thomas, who's trying to be a Robin, and Alfred, and Thomas is giving him all these numbers, like trajectories, and you have to hit this in 53.2 seconds, and blah, blah, blah. And apparently, Batman is a genius with timing and everything, and it's really cool. But check out that version of the Batmobile. I love that version of the Batmobile. But basically he ejects out of that thing and flies up to the goddamn airplane that's gonna crash into a major populated area, and essentially he starts attaching jets to it, and then he's gonna take it out over the water, and then it gets real sad because he's gonna die, and Alfred knows it, he knows it, and he starts asking Alfred if his parents would be proud, and is this a good death, and all that kind of stuff. And well, Alfred's like, yeah, it's a good death, Master Wayne. And basically he's, because the Justice League are busy, he can't get any help, so that's why he knows he's gonna die. But he's doing the whole plane thing, and then he's like, suddenly, right before I die, wait, the plane is lifted? And he's like, Clark? Nope, it ain't Clark. It is Gotham and Gotham Girl. Superpowered people who claim they are there to save their city, Gotham City. So that first issue is fantastic. I mean, I was literally like, of all the comics I've read, this is the first time, like, action-wise, I was just enthralled and on the edge of my seat. But let's not take too long, so let's jump in here. Issue #2, Solomon Grundy want pants too! Can't help it, Mary. You have to blame Mary for that. So Batman starts off fighting Solomon Grundy. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry, that's not right. It's Gotham and Gotham Girl are fighting Solomon Grundy outside, and he's gonna knock over their version of the Statue of Liberty. And Batman's been watching the whole time, and he kind of berates them. He's kind of saying, I wanted to see what you could do and all that stuff. And he stops Solomon Grundy in his tracks, and he's like, in one more second, he's like, you would have gotten to Solomon Grundy in like 1.8 seconds, but in 1.5 seconds, he would have trampled this guy to death, and blah, blah, blah. You've got to do better. He wants them to be good. So, all that stuff's pretty cool. And let's see, we start to, Jim Gordon gets a confession of who let Solomon Grundy out. The guy kills himself in the middle of the office saying the monsters are coming, which is kind of a recurring thread. And, so then basically Gotham Girl and Gotham get to meet Jim Gordon, and they get a taste of the disappearing Batman. And then he's like, I've got X-ray vision. I can hear everything. I can't find him. Gotham is all surprised. Oh, great time for the phone to ring. Sorry, but let's just keep rolling here. And yeah, then we find out basically who's kind of behind all this. Hugo Strange is with Amanda Waller and everything, is talking to this guy who I believe becomes Psycho Pirate. I think that's who he's talking to. I know Psycho Pirate shows up. So moving on, issue #3. That's the cover I got, pretty nice. It's promoting Suicide Squad, the movie. So we have this flashback, and at first you kind of think maybe we're getting the Wayne family flashback going down Crime Alley and all that. But no, they're actually, Batman shows up to save stuff because I am Gotham. And he's going to save his family. He doesn't want it to happen again. And he has this line about everybody's scared, but that is an opportunity to be brave. And then the family's talking to this guy who's asking questions about the kids, because he finds out the kids were obsessed with Batman and trained and went overseas to do like Doctors Without Borders stuff and came back, and suddenly these superheroes appeared. And we find out the guy they're talking to, did I miss it? Hopefully I didn't miss it. Oh yeah, it's Matches Malone. It's Bruce Wayne's secret identity. His double secret probation identity. Wait, what? There's a lot of ads in DC books. I guess that's why they're usually $1 cheaper. This is pretty cool too, man. This car that opens up and splits, blah, blah, blah. I like this artwork too. I do. I really like this artwork. And I think the design of Gotham is a really, really cool character design. And now they're trying to stop this bridge that's collapsing. And, you know, Batman uses jets and stuff again to hold it up. And does a pretty good job saving everybody. But there's another explosion, so they have to go off and save things. And that's where we're to be continued on this issue. So that was a fun read too. It got a little slow, I think, in issue 3, but it started picking back up in issue number 4. So basically Batman shows up and he's heartbroken because like these 27 soldiers are dead, and it says, "I am Gotham" on the board, and Gotham Girl's crying about how scared she is. She's scared, she's very, very scared. We get a little flashback. They'd gone to stop this guy from jumping off the roof, but actually he had been basically, he was gonna blow up the roof, so eesh. Now we don't really know what happened here. It kind of gets explained later, because now Gotham Girl wakes up and she's all freaking out. She's in the Batcave. Alfred's trying to console her somewhat. Thomas feels really bad, the guy who's trying to become a new Robin, and he's trying to console her. And now it looks like Gotham has kind of lost his mind. He's out there trying to rebuild the bridge, and you know, Batman's like, "You can't do that, you're not the mayor, you're not an architect, you don't know all this." Destroys another Batmobile. And you know, flies off, and Batman grabs the glider and blows up the crushed Batmobile, so there's nothing left behind for people to grab. And he's flying through. Now we get this great scene I love with Amanda Waller in this bunker and this General Lane, and General Lane's like, "Oh, Batman could never get in here. We're like 20 million miles under and 2,000 guards and blah, 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 blah." And Amanda Waller keeps being like, "Lane, Lane, Lane, he's right behind you." And Batman's right behind him. So it's like, that is Batman. That was just awesome. And I tell you, the way he and Amanda Waller talk together is really cool, man. She ain't afraid of nobody. She ain't standing down to anybody. Now, Gotham's parents have been killed because his soldier, Gotham had taken his mask off for a split second. So the soldier found out who he was and went and killed his parents. So now he really is like a young Bruce Wayne. And he snaps the neck of the soldier that did it. So it's not going to turn out like the Batman we wanted him to be. And he flies away in a rage. So that's issue number 4. So now in issue number 5, I grabbed that cover. We basically have the conclusion. Part 6 is really an epilogue. So they're going to fight. Basically, Gotham is going to try and destroy all of Gotham because he can't save it. Alfred has to dress up like Batman to buy some time. And then he basically hits, you know, Gotham with the Batmobile, which is another cool Batmobile, by the way. Did you get a look at that? I love that there's all these different Batmobiles. There's even a joke in here about, "You're going to run out of Batmobiles." Real Batman shows up. Alfred's like, "Oh, thank God." It takes off running. And they just fight and blow shit up. Yeah, he gets caught in the that's what it is. He gets caught in the Batmobile explosion, Gotham. And in the meantime, Gotham Girl and Thomas are kind of watching, and they're trying to find out how to beat Gotham. And basically, like, Batman pulls a jet down on him. He's just destroying everything he can to buy some time. And let's see, do they reveal it here? Yeah, it kind of turns out that they can use their powers, but it's going to cost their lives every time they use it. So the more power they use, the shorter they'll live. If they can get him to use enough power, he'll basically die. So the Justice League shows up, and they are friends of Batman, so that's kind of cool. And they just start fighting. Although he takes Gotham beats the shit out of the Justice League. He punches through Cyborg and takes down the Lanterns and the Flash and like just everybody. Aquaman. And oh, is this the line I loved? No, not yet. We're getting to it. But then Gotham Girl explains all that stuff about how to stop him. And then she has to go out and fight him. She has to go out and fight him and drain all his life force energy, basically, until he dies. At least as far as I know so far. So that's basically the first 5 issues. But then issue 6 is a bit of an epilogue before we get into the next story arc. And I grabbed that cover for it. So now Gotham Girl's talking to her dead brother, and she's going a little crazy, and she shaves her head. Which makes it interesting. And even as she's capturing bad guys and doing the right thing, she's still talking to her brother about how cool Batman is and telling these jokes over and over. And it's really kind of sad. Love this, by the way. This is just a gorgeous fucking spread of Gotham. Just absolutely gorgeous. That's some fantastic artwork right there. That's the kind of stuff you buy comics for, honestly. Well, and great storytelling. Then she goes after this guy who thinks he's a pirate because he's off his med. He thinks all his brothers are Batman. But, you know, they save him. They save everybody. And she's just still losing her shit. And see, Batman saves the guy. I like this villain, too, even though he's barely in it. Kite Man! He just, like, runs in, grabs some shit, runs out. He's like, Kite Man! Yeah, Kite Man! Fuck yeah! Kind of thing. And then Batman wants to talk to Gotham Girl, and he's asking her how she deals with it. Like, because he feels the same, you know, the loss and everything. And he's all sad, and then he reveals he's Bruce Wayne, and they hug and all that. And, you know, they still have to, he reveals he still talks to his dead mom and all that. And he knows that he misses her and everything. So then we get this whole Amanda Waller scene where we find out Hugo and the pirate. Hugo's given the psychic pirate to Bane, and they're going to need Amanda Waller's help because it's basically a Suicide Squad mission. So that could be interesting. So apparently this leads into Night of the Monster Men and I Am Suicide. So I really want to find the I Am Suicide books and read those. But anyways, guys, that's kind of what I loved about it, what my favorite parts were, all that. I think my favorite book in there, though, is still the first one, although I do think the rest were really, really good, and I'm anxious to see where they go in this universe from there. So I love that I'm being a current Batman fan. Again, that's going to be a lot of fun. But comment along, geek out with me in the comments. Are you reading this? Did you love this arc? How excited are you about it? What was your favorite part in this arc? Please don't spoil anything forward, because, you know, I'm going to get caught up soon. Part of the problem is finding all the books sometimes, but you know, and I don't want to go digital. I like reading the actual comics. But yeah, geek out in the comments, do all that stuff. Click the thumbs up button, give me the thumb of encouragement, because I do love to be encouraged. I'm going to keep improving these things, so give me any feedback if you'd like. We'll get these things really good in the future. And other than that, I'm going to get out of here and review some more books. I'll see y'all later.